Hey everyone, and welcome back to the studio. Today, I want you to take a walk with me. Not a literal walk, but a journey through city streets, down alleyways, and past massive, colorful walls. That sound, for some, it's the sound of rebellion, of vandalism. For others, it's the sound of art being born. We're talking about graffiti, an art form that clawed its way from the concrete jungles of the 70s right onto our computer screens. So, how did something that was once whispered about in subway tunnels become a loud, proud voice in the world of professional graphic design? How did street art get a desk job? Let's dive in. It's easy to think of graffiti as a modern thing, but really, humans have been scribbling on walls since we had walls. Think of the ancient ruins of Pompeii. They're covered in ancient graffiti. But the style we know and love today, the explosive, vibrant letter-based art, that has its roots in 1960s and 70s New York City. This was a time of social upheaval, and for young people in neighborhoods with very few resources, the city itself became their canvas. They started tagging, writing their unique name or symbol. You might have heard of Taki 183, one of the first to become famous for it. It wasn't just scribbling, it was about identity. It was a way of shouting to the world, I am here, I exist. And from those simple tags, an entire visual language blossomed. Have you ever seen a mural that just stopped you in your tracks? One with letters that seem to dance and twist and lock into each other in impossible ways? That's wild style. Or those big, soft, rounded letters that look like they could float right off the wall. Those are bubble letters. It was all about energy, bold, clashing colors, dynamic lines that create a sense of movement, characters and symbols layered on top of each other. It was raw, immediate, and packed with emotion. It was art that didn't ask for permission. So, how did this rebellious teenager of the art world get invited to the fancy dinner party of graphic design? Well, two things happened. First, artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat and Keith Haring, who started on the streets, were brought into the high-end galleries of the art world. Suddenly, the establishment was paying attention. And second, hip-hop. The culture of hip-hop embraced graffiti as one of its core visual pillars. It was on the album covers, the concert posters, the fashion. This gave graffiti a commercial platform and showed the world that this street style could sell. It had an undeniable coolness, an authentic, edgy vibe that brands were desperate to capture. Fast forward to today, and graffiti's DNA is everywhere. Look at typography. We've moved past just Times New Roman and Helvetica, right? So many modern fonts have that hand-drawn, expressive, graffiti-inspired feel. Look at branding. A new skateboard company, a craft beer, a music festival. What better way to signal that you're cool, urban, and authentic than with a logo that has a bit of that graffiti grit? And now, we get to the really fascinating part, the digital leap. The spray can has been traded for a stylus. Instead of a brick wall, we have an iPad. Tools like Photoshop and Procreate now let designers mimic spray paint textures, drips, and splatters with incredible precision. You get the best of both worlds in a way, the rebellious energy of graffiti, but with the clean, scalable, and editable power of digital design. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Does something get lost when you take the street out of street art? When you remove the risk, the physical texture of the wall, the smell of the paint? Maybe, but I think what it really shows is how incredibly resilient and adaptable this art form is. It's a story of evolution, from a kid with a spray can in a train yard trying to make his mark on the world, to a digital artist crafting a global ad campaign from a studio. The spirit is the same. It's about expression, about breaking the mold, and about making a powerful visual statement. Graffiti didn't just get a desk job, it redesigned the whole office. Inspiring, creative style outro music begins to swell. So next time you see a design that feels a little edgy, a little raw, a little free, take a closer look. You might just be seeing the ghost of a subway car thundering through the night, covered in a beautiful, defiant masterpiece. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep your eyes open to the art that's all around you.